Right, real talk. I like Bo Dallas. I know he's treated a bit like a joke on the main roster, but that's not the point. He proved in NXT that he has a mystique and he has some talent, and I still see flashes of it every now and then. So I'm alright with it. And while he has been inserted into the mix with The Miz recently, you've got to imagine that's not going to last very long. And also, as Raw has kind of been showing us, nobody's going to take that seriously either. So it has a shelf life, and eventually he'll be back off the shelf. Means he'll be on the floor. But there is a place where Bo can go where he's no longer searching for an angle, and he's finally started to be treated like he deserves to. And that is by entering the Wyatt family. Why? Here's why. Right off the bat, yes, Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt are real-life siblings and they come from the loins of IRS. And yes, that is his real name. His real name is IRS, and that just happened to tie very nicely into his gimmick. But it also proves that some families just have wrestling going through their veins. They're all good at it. They're all really good at it. The problem with both, however, is how they're currently situated. Now, we've done the whole Bray Wyatt thing, if you watch any of my other videos, and at the moment, while he is considered a major player, he's still floundering a little bit. But that's the whole point. And then, yeah, if we switch over to Bo, the same is true, and more can definitely be done. And again, right now, it's kind of nice because he's in the Miztourage, which is the worst name you've ever heard of. That's not going to last long. It's just not. These things never do, and WWE never stays the course. I mean, unless it catches on fire, but it's not going to catch on fire because it's not going to be given the opportunity to catch on fire. So let's move to something that we know has legs, can come back, and that people like, and that's the Wyatt family. Properly split up now that Eric Rowan and Luke Harper are on SmackDown, this provides the perfect time to reset the whole thing, give it a little tweak, allow it to come back, and find a place for Bo Dallas. Be it as a tag team or just the fact they have a common bond, so they go into everything having each other's backs, the new Wyatt family, don't call it the new Wyatt family, because if you put the word new in front of anything, in front of pro wrestling, it just dies, but it could become very special and very exciting indeed. Not only do we have the real life family ties that we can push to the moon, and that just adds so much more credibility and believability here, but the potential is huge. Right away, I'd imagine they'd work well together, given that, you know, they've known each other their whole lives, so they'll have a good relationship. I mean, that's a given. They're brothers. You can't get closer than brothers. I mean, you can, but you take my point, there's going to be something there straight away. The chemistry already exists. That certainly wouldn't hurt anything, and on top of that, it would just be super cool. Raw needs more tag teams anyway, and they would become an instant threat given who they are. I know Bray Wyatt's been booked into oblivion, but he's still Bray Wyatt, and Bo Dallas does have the potential to be risen up if he then starts standing side by side with his brother. Also in my head when I think about it, that dynamic stands out a mile. It gets me excited, and that's the first hurdle you've got to overcome. If visually it looks cool, you're halfway there. That's what Bon Jovi was singing about. Plus they each have their own spiel they can tot out every week. Bray can go on his big, weird, crazy promos, but make sure they have a point. Make sure they start having a point so I can understand what you're actually saying, and then Bo can back that up with his mumbo-jumbo motivational stuff. Ultimately, they're both trying to push cults anyway, so why not take both of these cults and push them together to make some kind of super cult? It would be really cool. I've said that once, I'm saying it again. It'd be really cool, and if you do it right, you can make it really creepy. And have them team every now and then. Have them as singles. Just allow them to back the other one up so that together they feel bigger than they do individually. Together, they can be more than the sum of their parts, whatever that saying is. It's like the New Day. Before the New Day got together, all three of those guys were floundering a bit, but they back each other up. They make each other feel more important, and that's what you can do here with Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas. Especially because Bo comes and goes as he pleases at the moment, or at least how the booking committee pleases. And again, we know Bray's problem, and I would say Bray always feels better when he has people around him. So let's put some people around him. Although hurling two random people together can be the kiss of death, although WWE did prove they can do it, because look at Sheamus and Cesaro, who are doing very well right now, this is negated because they already have a relationship. It's not just someone sat there going, well, wouldn't it be funny if we put Wrestler X with Wrestler Y? There's more to it than that, so use it. Use the real life bond. Why are we not using realism? We all know wrestling is better when it's real. So make it real, to a point. If we're in the business of making every character on TV feel important, so that the 45,722 hours per week of WWE content that we have to watch doesn't feel boring, let's do just that. Otherwise, Bo Dallas comes on my screen. What am I meant to do? Suffer through it even though you yourselves aren't doing anything with him? That's madness. Make him important and then I'll stay tuned. You could even use what you've got now as the segue into Bo and Bray getting together. Let Bray come out of the shadows and try and tempt Bo away from the Miztourage, and then, why not? Let's go into the Miz and Curtis Axel versus the Wyatt family. Now on paper that sounds really boring, but that's why we make it not boring. That's why we put something behind it. We give it depth. We make people care. It may sound like we're taking some backward steps here. We're just going back to the Wyatt family because we can't think of anything else to do. But it's about how you book it and how you approach it. If you don't rush the thing and find the legs that are there and give it longevity, it could be the thing that defines both Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt. And it would stop them feeling so stale. And during it all, you could get other people over. So it's a win-win all round. Wins are raining from the sky. If you catch one, you're gonna win. And sure, this may sound way too obvious given that they are brothers, but sometimes obvious is what best. It usually means you've got an easy story you can sell to your audience, and because it's easy, the audience can go, oh, I understood that. I'm not confused. Now I can enjoy it. Now let's all sit back and watch as this never happens, because why would it? Of course it won't. We'll never see this version of the Wyatt family. And if we do, it doesn't matter. I just spout on about it for ages. So I can't lose. I grabbed one of those wins. Now don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you think about a new version of the Wyatt family. Like, share and subscribe. Head on over to whatculture.com and read some articles and follow What Culture on Twitter at WhatCultureWWE. I am Simon from What Culture. This was the Y Series and I'm going to see you soon. But here, through the lens of the camera. I'm not going to come to your house. That's stalking. Stalking's illegal.
Weast your pie holes, you dirty, sweaty marks. You think you're a smart mark, do you? A smart is it? Then answer me this simple wrestling question. Who was the only member of the NWO to never have worked for WCW? No, you're wrong again, because you're a sweaty mark. It was Shawn Michaels. Improve your knowledge and test your bastard self with the new What Culture Wrestling Trivia game, available now at shop.whatculture.com. Sweaty mark.